So, how much water do I actually drink? Who knows, right? Do you research how much water you're supposed to drink? And honestly, you don't really know the answer. I know it can be a little bit challenging and a little bit confusing. And I want to give you the top 3 things that you need to do to determine how much water you need. So, without further ado, here's my water. I'm Leslie Urbis. I'm a registered dietitian and a personal trainer here to tell you how much water you're going to need in your day. Now, if you like this video, please comment below. Tell me exactly how much water you're going to need to drink. And please feel free to like, subscribe, and share. Now, let's go. So I have a water bottle with words on it. So see, 8 ounces, 16 ounces, 24 ounces, 32 ounces. Why? Because if you just pour endlessly into a cup without numbers, you may never actually know how much you're drinking, especially if you put ice in it, and then as the ice melts, yes, things can change, and you have no idea. So you really do need to keep track of it. So if you're like me and you like ice cold water, I typically have a mug that's full of ice and then a water bottle that has the exact numbers that I'm drinking. And I pour from this water bottle into the one with ice. I never count the ice cubes. Those are extra water for me, okay? I have a goal, and I'll explain how my water goal goes so you can learn how yours goes. Number 1, it is based solely on half of your body weight in ounces. So if you weigh 150 pounds, you divide that by 2 and you're gonna get 75 ounces. If you weigh 200 pounds, you're gonna divide that by 2 and you're gonna get 100 ounces. That is your water base, okay? That means that if you do nothing else in your day, it's just you chilling at home in a well air conditioned, well heated if it's freezing, normal temperature for you, that's how much you're going to need. Half of your body weight in ounces. But let's be realistic. How often do we just do that? Maybe more often than not. But for me, I already know my level is higher. Why? Because I work out. So for every 15 minutes I am working out, I need to drink back 2 to 4 ounces of water. Now, how do I know if it's more like 2 or 4? I base it on how much I'm sweating. There are some days I cannot stop sweating and my shirt becomes uncontrollably wet. I know that sounds gross, but it happens. And when it does, I know that I just need to increase how much water and be more at the 4 ounces per 15 minutes instead of the 2 ounces for 15 minutes. So when I go back to my water, that's why I use this. So if I work out for an hour, that means for 1 hour, 2 times 4 is 8, or 4 times 4 is 16. That means that if this is the bottle of water that I'm drinking for that hour of workout, I either need to drink down to the 24 or down to the 16, so that way I know I've had enough water. Now, let's say in my workout I can't drink that much because it just maybe weighs on your stomach. I make sure immediately post-workout I get exactly down to that line that I need to be, so I have gotten my water results. Speaking of, all this talking is making me thirsty. Funny, right? Now, if you go over an hour of workout, you typically need to refuel with electrolytes. Only if you go over an hour. If it's less than an hour, you really don't have to increase in the electrolytes. So you don't need the Gatorade, you don't need the Powerade, you don't need the Hydrate or whatever other type of beverage that you're taking. But if you do go over that hour, I encourage you to replace some with electrolytes. Now, how that works is for every 15 minutes over the hour, it's hydrate with water, hydrate with Gatorade, hydrate with water, hydrate with Gatorade. So let's say you know that you're going to play a soccer game and your soccer game is 2 hours. What you could do, and knowing that you could potentially need 32 ounces of water, what you could do is you could take this 32 ounces of water and fill 16 ounces with Gatorade or whatever you want it to be and 16 ounces of water. And then you know that if you're drinking this for the entire 2 hours, once you're done, it needs to be finished, or power it at the end and finish it. So that way you've hydrated adequately. Now, immediately post-exercise, when you do go to pee, okay, it should be that you're maybe a little bit yellow, but it still should be not dark yellow. If it's dark yellow, then you definitely sweat more than what that was, and you might need to double or triple the water intake for that period of time. The third thing that can affect how much water you drink is how often you're outside and what the temperature and humidity is. Obviously, we can just be sitting and we can start sweating from how hot or humid it is, like here in Jacksonville, Florida, and we maybe need to increase our water intake. So you have to take that into consideration as well. Typically for something like that, if I'm sitting outside in the sun, I try to drink 1 to 2 ounces at least for every 15 minutes because I know that I'm dehydrating even faster. So the ways that you can tell if you are getting dehydrated: your mouth is really dry, your lips get dry, your legs and your hands and your arms and like your fingers crack. Those are all signs that you're not hydrating with enough water and that your body is asking you for more hydration. A lot of times the reasons why our skin gets less like perky and you can have more dryness to it and you don't have as much like brightness to yourself is because you're dehydrated. So take all of those things into consideration. And if you really want to know specifically how much you should be drinking, obviously that's going to change day by day. And speaking with a dietitian may help you to know how much to do. Like I said, if you would like to do that, all you have to do is click the link below and click on free assessment, and you and I can set one up and we can discuss some of those things with you on how to increase your water. Below is also a couple of the water bottles that I love that have the numbers written on them so you know how often to drink your water. So please feel free to check those out. Like always, if you liked this video, hit like, click subscribe, share with friends, and I would love to help you drink more water. Have a great day.